Hello, welcome to my channel, Simply Mama Cooks. My name's Angelica. By the way, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay, so today is all about boba. Now, I have two ways that I like to make it at home. Well, there's several ways, but I'm going to show you two ways that I make it at home. One is a brown sugar milk boba, and the other one is a fusion that I like to make when I make horchata. If I have leftover horchata, by the way, I will link that recipe video below, or just keep watching and I'll show you how I make it. Here we go. Okay, so let's make some tapioca pearls or boba pearls. Here I have maple flavored boba, and I'm going to be using a half cup of the dried tapioca pearls. Now, you want to make sure that your water is completely at a rolling boil before adding them into the water, or they will dissolve and make a mess. Now, be sure to follow package instructions for cook time. I'm boiling a half cup of dry boba pearls in 3 cups of boiling water. I'm just going to gently mix them. And once the water comes up to a rolling boil, just like this, you'll see the pearls starting to float. Start your cook time for 20 to 25 minutes. After 20 minutes of boiling, I'm going to shut off the heat, and I'm just going to let them set in the hot water for another 20 to 25 minutes. Then I'm going to remove them from the water, and I'm going to strain them and give them a rinse under cold water. And these are prepped for any boba drink that you want. I have my boba pearls sitting off to the side. I just gave them a quick rinse in cold water. So here I have 3 tablespoons of water going in. I have 5 tablespoons of dark brown sugar. I'm also going to add, let's see here, about a tablespoon of molasses. And pretty much your syrup can be any combination of flavors that you like. And I'm also going to add just a little pinch of fine sea salt. And that's that. So I'm just going to give this a mix and a stir and let everything combine. The sugar will dissolve. And I'm going to let this cook and bubble until it becomes a syrup. Okay, so this is starting to foam. You can tell where the hot spot is on my pan. So this is all dissolved, combined. It's kind of simmering and it's sort of foamy. It's not thick yet, but I'm going to add my boba pearls right in. And I'm going to continually mix this. You don't want to work with high heat because, like I said, sugar burns quickly. Okay, so at this point, things are frothy, foamy, simmering, boiling, bubbling, all those wonderful words to describe what is happening here in this pan. So I'm going to shut off the heat, and this is done. So I went ahead and transferred it back to my glass bowl, and now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and just give that a mix. And that's it. This is my flavorful Tiger Boba Milk Drink Syrup. It's very dark and rich, and oh, as soon as that vanilla hit the warm boba syrup, it smells so good. Okay, so time to make this Tiger Sugar Milk Boba. Some people call it the brown sugar milk boba, and this does not have any black tea in it. This is more of a creamy milk sugary drink. You can include black tea to make it a milk tea, but this is what I'm showing you today. So you take that brown sugar syrup with the boba pearls, you kind of glaze the inside of the glass. Now the ratios are up to you. You can definitely add more at the bottom here. And now what I'm going to do is just swirl it around the glass, so when you go to add your ice and you add the milk, it kind of gives it those tiger stripes. So here I'm adding some cold milk into the mix, and at this point you could add your milk tea, your black tea with milk. I'm going to add some more of that syrup on top, and you can see how it looks very stripy around the glass. That gives it those tiger stripes. So here I took heavy cream, I whipped it up to froth it and make it thickened, and I'm just going to pour that thickened heavy cream on top. I'm going to add some more of that brown sugar syrup. And this is the Tiger Sugar Milk Tea with boba. It's so good. So this is one drink I like to make at home with boba, and here's another. This one is the Fusion Horchata Boba Tea. To start, I am going to soak my rice. Here I have 1 cup of rice, and I will be adding it to 4 cups of water. Now the rice that I'm using is a medium grain rice because I have tons of it, but typically you'll want to use a long grain rice. So I'm going to let this soak for the course of over 5 to 6 hours overnight for best results. And I will be adding 1 small cinnamon stick. Okay, so here I have my container for the blender, and I'm just going to pour all of this right into there, and I'll have to scrape this out. Okay. So to this, I'm going to add maybe a teaspoon or so of vanilla extract. That's optional because sometimes I don't add it and it's fine. And I'm also going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar. You don't have to add a 1/2 cup of sugar. You can add more if you want it sweeter. So the sugar amount is up to you, but I'm using somewhere around a 1/2 cup. Okay, so now I'm going to blend all of this well. And I'm actually using a Vitamix, so it should really break down the rice. But even if you don't have a really high-powered blender, I'm going to eventually strain this out with a bag, so you'll see. Okay, so here is all of my rice, milky, cinnamony, sugary goodness. So now I'm going to combine it with 4 cups of whole milk. You could also use evaporated milk if that's what you want. So I'm going to give this a stir. Now I'm going to take a 1.5 cups of water. This is 12 ounces of water. I'm going to bring this to a boil. Now that my water is boiling, I'm going to add 5 bags of tea, and I'm using black tea. So I'm going to shut the heat off and let these steep for, I don't know, 5-7 minutes. I really want this water to just be a concentrated black tea. Okay, so now I'm ready to make some boba horchata tea or horchata boba tea, however you want to say it. It's going to be delicious. So here I just have a large measuring cup, and to that I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of this tea. And now I'm going to add the other half in horchata, and the ratio is up to you. Perfect. I'm going to use a small mason jar. This mason jar is a little, I think it's a 12-ounce mason jar. So what I'm going to do first is add some tapioca pearls to the bottom. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.